Hello Star Souls and welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is doing amazing. Today's pick a card reading is based on a more fun topic. So we're gonna be looking into what people are saying about you, things that you're not aware that they say, and what do they secretly think. So basically, even if they say certain things, what really goes inside their head insert meme, if you know what I'm talking about, what happens in their mind when they think about you, like what exact secret thoughts that they wouldn't want you to know do they have for you. So that's gonna be the theme of this pick card. We have 3 piles with the cards prepared, along with small and short channeled message. So you can pause the video, go in the timestamps after you're done picking your pile, and I'm gonna see you in your reading. Hello pile 1, welcome. This is your reading, so let's look at the cards. Let's first actually read your intuitive channeled message. So when I was shuffling and preparing your pile, I was feeling a lot of silence and respect. I think that people do respect you. I wrote down, do people even dare to include you in their thoughts? You might intimidate them. Pile 1. Spirit is teaching you to warm up to people and let connections flow rather than controlling them. So this is your channeled message. What I see in the cards, first of all, something that matches both people's thoughts and words about you is that people view you as someone very selfless. But why I think this is so here we have the secret hidden thoughts, and because this is present both in the cards representing what they say and then what they think, I feel like some people talk about it, but maybe secretly they find it to be a weakness. The fact that you're so selfless, perhaps you give away your material possessions very easily. I think some people might doubt your ability to succeed in life, because I feel like you care very obviously about people more than you care about yourself. Perhaps you give the best advices, but you don't follow them yourself. So people sometimes might find you to be a little bit, what was the word? Hypocritical, I think that's the word. So you don't really live by what you say, is what people might observe. With the Knight of Swords, I think that people say that you're a pretty straightforward person, someone who communicates easily. And it's so interesting because I do think you always say the truth and people are aware of this. I feel like sometimes you can offend people without realizing, because you speak from your truth, you speak from your heart, and people sometimes might think that you're arrogant or whatever. That's why I feel like they might feel intimidated in their, like, do they even dare to include you in their thoughts? So they do find you intimidating, and it's because you speak your truth fearlessly. They might feel like you have no tact though. And it's so funny because there is this weird balance between you being straightforward, and this is what they would say. If their friends ask about you, they would say that you're a very straightforward person. Sometimes you really don't hold back, and sometimes you really might blur out things that are just kind of offensive. But at the same time, they feel like you have this weak spot for people who need your help. So yeah, something that people think about you and they have noticed is that you love to help people transform, and when someone appears weak, you help them out, or you feel more motivated to help them. It's like you want to find the solutions for them. With the comic and the cave, more evident energy that people notice quicker. This is this card, the first one, the comic. So I feel like perhaps you have this sarcastic humor that people think that you're trying to hide insecurities. People might think that you're trying to hide a mindset of lack, or maybe being insecure about your financial and career achievements. I think people sometimes speculate about this and they feel like you're wearing a mask, as if you're very happy. They might even think that you're covering up by acting detached from the physical reality or from material possessions, but they think, this is what they secretly think, is that this is your insecurity. With the cave, these are more hidden things, like things that people start to think about you when they get to know you. This is where the respect comes from. With the cave, they see that you have a lot of hidden knowledge that you don't just reveal. They only see the surface level of it. If you meet people in need, and you just met someone who told you their story and they need an advice, and you would give an advice, you would share the information you have, but it gets more for people to really find your depth, to really see it. I feel like some people might be intimidated by it. It's almost like they think, how does this person change, transforms, and how do they have so much access to information, wisdom, when they have this social status? There is something between your social status and your mind and your intellect, and people are intimidated by your intellect, but they try to make themselves feel better if these are people who are not your friends, or people who just don't like you. They would make themselves feel better for maybe lacking knowledge by thinking that they have a higher social status than you. So that's one thing that I see. But once again, there is something about you doing shadow work, being able to transform, maybe transforming people in your life, maybe even transforming them. It's almost like you point out things about them, and even about other people when you talk to those who have these thoughts about you. When you talk to them about any situation, you point out things that they would have never picked upon, and it can scare them. So I feel like you really have an eye for everything that is hidden, and they know it. So I think that they're scared of what you think about them and what you know about them. I feel like they don't confirm your intuition. Sometimes I feel like people like to pretend like you don't understand them, or maybe there is more to the issue than what you've described. But in actuality, they're afraid to admit that you're correct and that your intuition is on point, because they feel like, and this is how they will put these psychic walls between you and them. I feel like you do have this psychic intuition about what's going on with people, and psychologically you can just read them, and this psychological ability is very intuitive. That's why I'm saying a psychic ability, and yeah, people are scared of it. People might also secretly think that you don't like your family, or you have issues going on at home. They might feel like you're putting up with something or settling down for something because you don't have the confidence to ask for more. Really, the only secret negative thing that people see is that they assume you have insecurities because of your finances or your career status. And I feel like they are secretly very triggered when you act in an empowered manner, because when you take your power with that intellect of yours, it seems they're afraid that you might be actually like a hidden gem. You might actually have this great potential to surpass them, But I feel like for many of you, it's still not realized, and people rely on the fact that you have not surpassed them yet to make themselves feel better. And secretly, they're afraid that one day you will transform this energy and you will come out of the cave, metaphorically speaking, in, how do I say, in all your glory. You would suddenly glow up. People are very afraid of you having a sudden glow up, actually. And I'm getting that you should be careful with people who pity you or try to reinforce a negative past or a negative story about you. Like they try to convince you you have it very harsh in life, and they kind of pity you. Like, and I'm not talking about friends who are understanding and they try to empathize with you. I'm really talking about people who, even when you try to kind of like explain that you want to change the narrative for yourself, you want to change your story, because I feel like through affirmations and really you have a very strong mentality and you can work through any blockages that make you feel like you're not realizing your full potential. And when you talk about these ideas, if people tell you, yeah, sure, you can do it, but this is hard, blah blah blah, or but many have not achieved this, or they keep talking you out of your great ideas for how to realize your potential, or they keep reminding you where you come from. This is also another thing to look for those who are not good for you. So yeah, pile one, I hope you enjoyed this kind of short reading, and I hope I gave you some clarity to know who you're supposed to remove from your life, who is really not wishing you well, and how people might perceive you. So perhaps you can be just more cautious and mindful of what you share about your life and what you don't share. So that's all I've got. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you resonated. Make sure to comment in the section below so I can read your comments. I really love reading your comments, you guys, I swear. And yeah, if you want to support my channel, you can like the video as well as subscribe to the channel. And check out all of my social media links, ways to contribute to the channel in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello Pile 2 and welcome to your reading. So let's first read the intuitive message I got while I was shuffling for your pile and preparing it. So the way the cards acted gave me these intuitive insights. Someone is thinking about you deeply, so much so that they influence your energy. If you feel distracted or tired, someone is questioning your relationship with them. What happened? Why did it turn out this way? So it's like they're interviewing you in spirit. I really see like someone's higher self in 5D asking you questions or something like that. And the whole talking, you might even dream of this person talking to you or trying to talk to you for some of you. Also, I just got number 7 as well. So yeah, this person is all up in your energy, all up in your business, especially energetically, and it might drain you because it's almost like you're doing this work without realizing you're doing work on the side. So now let me explain. These cards show what people say about you to others. These cards show what they think secretly. So sometimes these might match the messages here or not. People might say one thing and think another. Also, here we have things that they pick up on quickly when they see you, assumptions, and this is what they start to think about you when they get to know you deeper. So what they're saying, you guys have the High Priestess, the Empress, and the Strength card. I can't believe it. Along with the Kiss, people assume that you are extremely wanted, desired, that you have passionate connections. People might assume that you are in a relationship, maybe you look very attractive. Or another thing that I'm getting is when people look at you, for some of you, you guys are very exotic and there is a charm to this. People might actually feel like you have this. I know this sounds weird and it may not apply to everyone, but for some reason people think you have it together and you have this perfect outlook. um they have this perfect um they have this idealization that everything you do is perfect, that your life is perfect. You may always be put together when it comes to your outfit and how you take care of yourself. But the high priestess with the empress is the ultimate feminine energy. So either you have a lot of females in your life, powerful at that, but also you might be the ultimate divine feminine if you resonate with embodying this energy. With the kiss, I feel like you're very seductive without even trying to be. The high priestess gives you this mysterious vibe, while the empress gives you the innocent, kind of like I just am type of vibe, and people are still magnetized to you. People feel, or people say that you've got things under control. They might think that they speculate about your work. I feel like for many of you, you either work something that is unconventional or something that you just don't talk about. They speculate about your relationships and about your career a lot. They speculate on how you make money actually. They wonder if your partner provides for you or if you make your money yourself. With the strength card, they might say that you like everything organized, you like everything in control. For those of you who have higher education, people definitely point this out when someone asks about you, because it's something, or even if you don't have higher education, they would say that you are very much into learning new about new cultures, learning different languages. You're just very educated. um Once again, with the kiss, they do think you're extremely passionate. Some of you might be artistic as well, is what I'm getting. um but they think you could have anyone. Like, they say, I'm sorry, this is what they say that you could have anyone. And I feel like you have that queen or king vibes. Like, people really look up to you for a lot of things, whether you know this or not. So now what I'm getting, because I picked upon that for pilots, for many of you, someone specific is thinking deeply about you and your connection. And when I opened the kiss card and the sword card and the secret thoughts, now this is getting juicy, because someone is really confused and they have guilt for walking away sooner than they should have from this connection. They might be afraid that they shared too much or too little. There is a lot of regret around walking away, wearing a mask. For some of you, a person is also regretful for being vulnerable. Okay, so I'm picking up on two scenarios. For some of you, this person, probably a romantic connection. It could be a deep friendship or a karmic friendship. But for those of you who resonate with the romantic connection, I feel like it would apply the most. This person regrets walking away and wearing a mask. And for others, they do regret walking away because they feel like they didn't get to know you and now they're curious. They regret the fact that they didn't give you the time to show your true qualities, and now they're noticing them. And they feel like it's too late. But there are people that think of pilots you and feel like they shared too much and now you have too much power over them. Okay. So these are the secret thoughts I'm picking up on, especially for those of you on a soulmate journey. With the sword, what I'm getting is someone secretly thinks that you can either make or break them. They gave you some sort of power by sharing something, by exposing something, and now they can sleep at night. They wonder if you're gonna use something against them. You see, I feel like pile number two always ends up in a position of power, somehow knowing stuff. You just end up knowing information that people don't want you to know. Um, and then they wonder, what are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna use it against them? Are you gonna keep it to yourself? People secretly hate that they don't know much about you. I feel like you guys do not expose yourself too much. But someone secretly really wants to communicate and clear up some confusion, because there are so many question marks in someone's mind about you. People secretly think that you put your knowledge to practice, and that's why you're successful. They don't know how you do it. People don't understand your formula for success, but they see it. What really bugs people secretly about you is how you let them in just enough to make them feel special, but then not completely. And they really wondered. I feel like a lot of people wonder if you truly value their friendship or their connection with you. They wonder because you look so self sustainable that they wonder if they bring value into your life. Okay, they might even be jealous how you bring value to yourself on your own, and you don't need anyone to do that for you, completely independent. And mm, they have a lot of insecurities about how much you value them. Do you care about them? Do you even need them in your life? Actually, some of you might be surprised, but I'm picking up on one or two very loyal friends. I'm getting, for some of you, you have friends who secretly, who, okay, who know when people gossip about you and they hate it and they protect you behind your back, but they won't tell you that they protect you, or they won't tell you how loyal they are to you, um, because perhaps you're not the type to show too much compassion or whatever. Um, and also, they don't want you to know um, about the things some jealous asses say behind your back. So they protect you from this, which is amazing. For Pile 2, I really get loyal friends who protect you from gossip and even psychic attacks. You guys might have psychic friends yourselves. Um, I'm saying yourselves because you yourself could be a little psychic with the High Priestess, you know. But yeah, I'm getting that you've got friends who protect you, who got your back. So I'm super happy for you, Pile 2. That's really amazing. Um, People might say that you're really into personal development. They are just really curious. Like, secretly, they're very, very curious how you manifest your life. How do you manifest your best life? That's what I'm getting for Pile 2. So I'm gonna end your reading here. I know this is kind of shorter than my usual pick a cards, but I hope you resonated and that the messages were interesting for you. Please let me know in the comment section below. Let me know if you resonated. And yeah, if you want to support my channel, you can like the video, share it with your friends. You can also subscribe to my channel if you're new and if you haven't subscribed. And all of my information, social media accounts, website, ways to contribute to the channel, every link is in the description box. So I hope I'll see you next time, Pile 2. Bye bye. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. So let's see what people say about you, what they secretly think about you, how they view you when they first meet you, their first assumptions, and when they get to know you deeper. So, you guys, this is your intuitive message. Pile 3 are kind of famous. Perhaps you're involved with many people at this time. I am hearing people wondering, how are you always so busy? People usually change their mind about you after they get to know you. And I can really see that. Like, I can really see in the cards how people change their mind about you. There is this Piscean energy that I was picking up on, and it's very present in your cards. So let's start with, what do they say about you to other people? So with the Star, I feel like you have a very soothing presence, very healing presence, very healing aura. So I would say that if you guys are working in the healing field, your clients are advertising your skills like no one else. They're your biggest supporters. I'm really getting that Pile 3 has a group of supporters. I think that the first thing that stands out about you and that they assume is your higher values. I feel people really say that you've got higher values, and when you value something, it's very deep. It's very deep, it's part of who you are, and it's very important. And I think that they say that you don't give importance to what was the word, trivial things. Like you don't give that much importance to the material world as much as to values, philosophy, really thinking deeply about every situation. I feel like people say that you take every situation to heart. It's amazing how we have the Two of Wands and we have duality, and with the Judge we also have duality. So sometimes you can be very harsh on yourself and very kind to people. Okay, I think that's one thing people say about you, that you really judge yourself, but you're always so balanced and understanding with people. I feel like their first impression with the Judge is that maybe you judge them, you know, they might feel judged, but when they get to know you, they understand that you're actually very healing and that you're actually very open-minded and you hold space for them, because secretly they feel like you've healed from something painful and traumatic, but you try to cover it up, Pile 3. Not that you try to cover it up, but you've healed from something and you don't talk about it, and you always wear a smile. I feel like people, when they get to know you deeper, they start to secretly think that that you don't want them to know that you've healed from something. They think you want to be perceived as if you've always been mentally and emotionally healthy. And maybe they think that you want to be perceived as someone who has no problems, someone who is very objective. So I think you've got people in your surroundings who are quite intuitive. I feel like they can pick up on the things you try to hide. Another thing is people might secretly assume that you were an outcast when you were a kid, but now, now I think that's not the case. I feel like your social community has grown, and for those of you who that's not the case, just let this message fly away. But I really feel that for most of you, you have actually healed. You've actually done a lot of work, and people can see it, but they don't talk about it. I think people are afraid to ask you about your story, but they're curious. They wondered if you were an outcast. They wondered if you struggled or whatever to arrive at such a healthy place right now. They wonder what type of upbringing did you have that right now you're so conscious of yourself and you're so fair to people. With the siren, this is what people start to think about you when they get to know you deeper. They feel like you, how do I say this? They think about you, but they don't express it. They think that you have something magnetic about you. They might think you try. Okay, I feel like people like you, but at the same time, they secretly think you do certain things in order to attract people or to seduce them or to manipulate them to see you as a good person, if that makes sense. Okay, sometimes people, especially those who have wounds themselves, they don't trust that easily and they might think you're too good to be true. You're too good of a person to actually be so good. And they might try to project onto you that you're manipulative or that you're trying to manipulate people into perceiving you as this good person, as this empathic person. So, and I feel like with the siren, this is very elusive energy. So it's kind of like people cannot hold on to that thought for too long because your heart just shines through their subjective judgment over you. But yeah, I do see how people sometimes can project that you're just pretending to be good, but actually you might manipulate them. Or they are afraid to be manipulated by you because there is something about you that makes people want to do what you ask out of them, whether it's you ask them to heal, whether it's you ask them to be more compassionate. You know, you could ask from people to do things that can better them and their lives, but they would still have these random thoughts of, is he or she manipulating me right now? Why am I feeling so cold to do what they told me to do? So that's one thing that people sometimes are afraid of, or they try to project a shadow onto you. But I really don't think it's working once again because you have such a pure heart. It just shines through. Um, they definitely see that you're a hard worker with a lot of goals. They say this about you. People say that you're following your destiny very bravely and that you're never given up. I feel like you're a hard worker, pile 3, and people can see that. People also talk about your fate. They're very aware of your fate. And I feel like it's something that they mention alongside your name. Secretly, they might think you're a little detached. Sometimes, although you're a hard worker and you have faith and you follow your destiny and you've got goals, sometimes their secret hidden thoughts are that you might be a bit dreamy or unrealistic. With your goals, with your visions, maybe you're too idealistic about the world and about others, and they might perceive you as a little naive at some points in your conversations or things like that. When you share your deepest values, they hide the fact that maybe they doubt that this is even possible. Like maybe they doubt that such heaven on earth could exist. But this is a reflective of their own journey and, oh, you know, what they have accepted to be true and to be part of reality. But I feel like they might view you as a loner, or they secretly think you try to escape reality, or that you live in your imagination in your idealized little world and you're not willing to face what is truly going on. But at the same time, I think that some of you have really mastered the law of attraction, an ability to manifest help or financial help or any type of help and support when you need it most. And people are really perplexed by your spiritual connection, by your ability to pull the desired events in your reality when you need them. So as much as they doubt you and they might think you spend too much time in your imagination, or too much time in meditation, too much time alone, they at the same time acknowledge and recognize that this works for you. So that's why they wonder if you have any like secret agendas or hidden ways of um, getting your point across and being understood and being accepted or liked by people. They wonder how you do it. They really wonder how you do it. I feel like Pio 3 does not overshare. You don't overshare about your roots, especially where you come from. In terms of family, mom and dad situation, people are curious about that. People definitely think about this. They think that if there is anything that you guys don't talk about, they feel like this is your weak spot and that's why you don't mention it. And that's why you don't mention it. This is what secretly goes on inside their head when it comes to you. People might speculate with others, or I feel like someone has asked questions about your siblings. I know this is quite specific, about your siblings. And I'm getting a strong Aquarius or Libra energy. Someone here, this is someone new. For some of you, someone new entered your friend circle, and I think they said something along the lines of, isn't this person two-faced? Yeah, wow. I feel like someone is trying to manipulate your friends, you guys. So be careful, Pile 3. You've got a lot of people, you're involved with a lot of people, and I think sometimes people that are new in your life, you haven't got to know them too well yet. They might try to manipulate your friends against you, so be careful with that. I would say watch out for that, especially Aquarius is in Libras. But overall, I think you guys are loved by people. I think that people naturally love you because you've come so far, and you're like this. You represent a level of self-awareness that many people around you strive to achieve, and that's why they like you. So, pile 3, I hope you resonated with the messages. I was kind of all over the place with your cards and your reading. Maybe this is another thing that people secretly think about you, that um, your endeavors are all over the place. I'm now getting this intuitive message, but yeah, so this is me wrapping up your reading. I hope you resonated. Comment in the section below, let me know. And if you want to support my channel, you can like and subscribe to it. This helps so much. And yeah, this was shorter than my usual pick a cards, but I still hope you enjoyed it and you found it interesting. It's just for fun. But I think we picked up on some quite insightful themes. So yeah, I hope you benefit from this pick a card, and I hope I'll see you in my next video. Bye.